All right. I think we should be ready by now. Let me just start vet spy up to see if we have anything nearby. Well, we can also see it when we start up. So 725, I think that seems to be okay. There we go. Can I move this in here? No, it doesn't seem like it. Because I know that my overlay will hide it from you, which I'm just going to... There we go. Should be the right one. So today is going to be, tonight is actually going to be a little bit of a short flight. I've actually chosen to start us up at the morning. So, but let me get the flight plan. Server. About 49 minutes it says. We have fuel available for almost 4 hours, so should be enough. Equipment suffix should be X. Pretty sure about that. Send and receive. File it. Alright. Like I said, I'm sorry that I was a little bit late today with my stream. I mean, I was home alone with the kids. I had to put them to bed, and then I had to do some stuff with some groceries, and you know, the works, right? So, yeah. All right, let's request all we need. Let's just get some power on the plane. So let's start the batteries. I don't hear sound, which is not good. Let me go outside. Nope. Let me try to go into... I need to restart. Explain, I'm sorry about that. I will be... Let's just go out. Do it right now. For some reason, it seems that it didn't register. That changed the audio. I don't know why. For some reason. So yeah. And I have a new thing. Resume last flight should be the right one. I have a new thing. I went out and got what's it called? X-Enviro. So we're going to see how that actually affects us the game today. Yeah, I know that I disconnected from voiceovers, disconnected from not VATS, but the X pilot. So let's hope that we can do that. And like I said, I have a little surprise in hand, but come on guys, need that 25 subscribers. When we reach 25 subscribers or 25 followers on Twitch, we'll take this special flight. And in this new airplane that I got my hands on. Yeah, X-Enviro. Yeah, I know, but I'm going to turn it off, my friend. Let's see, go in here. Let's hope that it doesn't. That's funny. Sometimes it's halting and sometimes it's not. Now there's definitely. There we go. And the flight plan should be doing. So I have mapped Control L to. Oh, let's try it again. Control L to get a little flashlight, so we can turn on the plane. And we're going to need some ground handling. Let's order. Let's order a ground power unit and a fuel truck first. Now that we have the ground power unit, we can turn on that. Alright, so now I'm going to here. I'm going to turn it up to full brightness. I didn't check some stuff in here. Usually you would go on and check whether let me see down here, the engine levers they were on and all that kind of stuff. I didn't want to do that. So no, that was the wrong one I turned. And this one a little bit down. This one a little bit down. There we go. Let's turn this up as well. I'm going to do this first because I think it's more important. Not more important, but it takes a little bit more time. Turn on the ADS alignment. We're going to see how this mod here is going to affect the frames per second. That's why I have it up here. I'm not sure if you can see it right now. I'm doing about 49. All right, so but just like always, we are taking on passengers, so let's bring up the chart first. One more output FMS. Let's see, we want to find ESSA to ENGM. ENGM to ESSA. This is in case we have more time, but I don't think we'll have enough time to do 2 flights. But that would be 1 back and 1 forth, and that's because I really want to try out that that landing once again. If you haven't already, then I highly suggest you go and watch that landing after I'm finished here, because I mean that landing was downright horrible. Let's see, we are at ESSA. And yes, I'm talking about Stockholm Arlanda, so we are 12:12. Let's turn this off. We don't need the flashlight anymore. I mean, for an illuminated cockpit, it doesn't seem to be that illuminated anyways. Let's turn on these screens as well. Turn on this. There we go. And this one. But I have set the time now for early morning, because I really want to see how one of the big gripes I had, you know that already, with X-Plane was the way that especially sunsets and sun ups, they were handled. So that's one of the things I want to try out to see how that is going to go now. So alright, we are sort of pretty much ready. Let's see how the cabin is going regarding to 26 degrees. It's a bit hot. It's getting hotter. So let's order... No, let's just start up the APU. And let's order some more stuff. Some more stuff. Ground handling, 0 widgets. Let's get the these ones here, these ones, and the buses and the ambulance. Take a look outside. It certainly is dark here at the Gardemoen. The door's open, so the passengers can go right in. Let me see, did I order 1 or 2? Ground handling show wait. Just get 1. Alright, that should be... The stairs are here, so let's get the passengers online. Let's get the passengers online. In. Oh my god. So we're taking 160 people, no cargo. At least I think so. To ENGM in Norway. So and this is Wi-Fi equipped, but there's no anything else. We can serve snacks. We don't serve meals on this short flight. So they are boarding. Alright, let's get into the airplane once again. They're very dark now, these, but okay. It's pretty dark in here anyways. Let's see. Let's get the fueling and all that done. So let me get the ToLiss app. And let's get the heavy tab here. So let's go loading. No, not search. Charts. So let's say 160 passengers. There we go. No cargo, so let's distribute them relatively. Sensor. No cargo, so that should give us 65.8. That's pretty close. Block fuel, that is going to be 66. Apply. There we go. So now we have that done. Let's get to the FMS planning. Let's see, data, nothing really interesting here. We can look at the IRS and we can see that the aligning time is about 4 minutes. So we're going to go to init. And once again, I have a company route, so we're going to put that in, even though the route is very short. But I've noticed something which I find to be pretty cool, is that if I can't remember the name of the route, I can just say we're going from ESSA to ENGM. And then it automatically figures out which route I'm talking about. So we can just say, okay, alternative. I need my AV tab to see that. Should be up here somewhere. That is Into Echo November Tango Oscar. Cost index 25. Flight cruise level is 3200, so FL3220. And let's see if we can figure out if that gives us the information about let's see, at flight level 3200. It says -52, so let's put that in. -52. Yeah. But no information about the troposphere or anything like that. Alright. Let's go to flight plan. And let's get some information. We don't have a... Oh my, did we actually get a tower at ENGM? Yeah, we did. Nice, but we do... Oh. But we don't have a tower here at ESSA, so... Okay, let's get the meta. ESSA is 177 knots, so look at which runway we want to take. Let's get an airport chart up and running so we can see where we are with respect to the runways. So we are here. So quite frankly, using 19 right would make most sense, I would say. Do that. Let's see if we have any particular... Ars 5G. Ars 5G. No transition. Insert that. And ENGM we can... Well, we can... I'm not sure if we can even... Let's try that. If we can get the... I hate that zooming. Let's see. 127, 150. Turn on the radios. Forgot them. That actually, let me just go outside in just a second. There it is. Bonnet. 2 seconds. Alright, so this flight is just as much to test how... That certainly makes it look much better. We don't have... We're going to see how it looks when we get up in the sky, but right now it doesn't look like we have that very harsh, distinct line there. So that certainly has helped. Let's see, what was the frequency I was talking about? 12715. Oh. Yeah, it doesn't even tell us that he's close by. Let's see. Strangely enough, hanging on one tower, 118,300. Or in on a couple of hours. He might go out before we get there. I'm not sure. So we're gonna get the 80s at a moment. Let me just try something else. No, let's try one. Let's put in the tower and let's just keep that here, because when we get close enough, I wanna see the. So we started. Let's start up the EPU, and since we are refueled, we can also enable the seatbelt sign. Let's turn on the strobe to auto. Alright, let's continue. So that was flight plan. Let's go to secondary and copy active. 47, that's pretty okay. Red nav. NSA 111070. So that was red nav, so it's init B. Did I put in? Yeah. No. Put in the wrong place. Like that, and then we're going to put in ENGM 725. Alright, that's more like it. Just init wind request. And let's go to init B. So again, we're going to take our ToLiss app and look here. We have 65.8 dash 25.6. Pretty decent. Block fuel 6600. Well, 6.6. There we go. Performance. So I think we're going to try flaps 2 this time. So up. That was not what I wanted to do. See, flaps 2, and it's up 0.5. Flex to temp is 59, and let's put that in as 1650. Then we have 134, 164, 134. That's going to wait a little bit. And 138. It was 60-40. I'm pretty sure that transition altitude is 5000. Let's take a look at our AV tab. Get some of the... Is it set here? Placed here? No. But we can...
On behalf of the cabin crew, I'd like to welcome you aboard our flight. As you find your seat, be sure to place your larger carry-on items in the overhead bins and smaller items underneath the seat in front of you. If you have trouble finding a location for any of your carry-on items, please use the flight attendant call button over your seat and somebody will assist you. If the overhead bin is full after you put your carry-on inside of it, please close the bin as a courtesy to other passengers. Once all your items are put away, please clear the aisle and sit down in your seat to allow other passengers to find their seats as well.
5,000.
If you are seated in an emergency exit row, please read the exit seating responsibilities in the safety card in the seat back in front of you. Please make sure you are willing and able to perform the actions required. If you are not able or prefer not to perform these actions, please let a flight attendant know so you can be reseated. Feel free to use your cell phones during the rest of the boarding process, but we do ask that laptops, tablets, and any other larger electronic devices are stowed once we depart.
These waypoints here, SA706, SA705. We're going to be above max 220 and above 2100. But for now, since there's no limits really here,
we're reseating someone. We should be ready shortly.
See, ICE 5G. Climb on track. To 2200 or above. $5,000. Alright, fair enough. Let's put that in. That should be it. Let's put that in. It's ENGM. We don't know exactly which airport we're going to take yet, so let's turn on the bleed. And let's see if we can pre-plan our pushback. Let me see. Alright, so we are. Going to go back here. And then let's make him take us all the way up here.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you're ready.
Just because I like being taxied around by this guy. Alright. I think that's pretty much anything we need to do. Let's just check it over. Yeah, nice 28 degrees. That's not nice, but it's 22 in here. That's interesting. Let's go up here. Let's set the forward cabin 1 notch down. If you bleed, should be okay. Let's see, let's turn on the pumps. And we have been, let's make the EPO move away and the fuel truck move away. We don't need these anymore. Let's take a look down. What do we need down here? Maybe we should add a little bit. That's set to 2000. Let's set that to on. And standby for now, which should be radars off. Close the door. Let's go over the flow once again. So let's see. Nothing over here that pops my eye. Well, we didn't test the... Let's test the engines. Yep. Yep. Let's turn off the external power. Because we have the APU running, right? Yes, and we have the bleed going. Perfect. Let's see, and we have faults here on the generators, but that's certainly because we haven't started our engines yet. So I think we are nice and ready to go. We have planned our pushback. We just need the passengers to be ready.
Hey, can we get our boarding status?
We're still boarding. Let us know if you need it.
About 7 minutes. Alright, so what should we do in those 7 minutes? Let's put in the other radio frequency that we know. Over here. So I think we're going to say that, let me see, Gardemoen, we have the tower. 127 150, we have that here. That's VHF 2. So over here we're going to put in the tower frequency, which is 118,300. There we go. Alright, let's see if we can figure out, I can get the 80s here. So at least we know that. It says this is Oslo Gardemoen, information November. Time is 2050 Zulu. Expect ILS approach runway 19 right and 19 left in use. Transition 185. For clearance and startup, contact tower. Med report 188 knots, visibility, clouds scattered. QNH 1010. I think we're going to put that in right now because the flight is very short. So let's go to performance. QNH is 1010. So let's put, didn't I say 1010? Yes. Temperature is 15. Up. Wind was 180 and 188 knots. Transition level was 85, so that's going to be FL 85. Let's try to. Put that in. That worked. We're going to go for full config. Barrow. Let's look at 19 right and 19 left. It doesn't say anything about which one are landing and which one are well, let's assume that it's 19 left we're going to land at. So ENGM Oslo Gardemoen at 188 knots exactly. 1010. Let's see, arrival. Then 19 left and 19 right. What? ENGM, right? Yeah, ENGM. Don't they have any eyeless runways? Yeah, there. Arrival. But I need to go to approach. There we are. Let's get a layout of the runway. Sorry, the why do I keep doing that? Get a layout of the airport. So it would probably make most sense for us to use 19 left. I don't know, what did we actually put into the plan? 19 right. Alright, so I suppose we can get to do that. Let's go for 19 right. So we're going to go for approach. Cat 2319 right. Minimums. $775. And let's just put that in because now we know it. So let's say it's arrival 19 right.
We're ready to go when you are.
And let's see what the plan said.
Good morning, ladies and
It's a
gentlemen,
B4.
and welcome aboard flight 725 with service to Oslo. Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour. Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down and stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all tray tables and seat backs are in a full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew, prepare cabin for departure.
Let me just put that in because you might say it to us. We are expecting ILS 19 right. Arrive via ESSA B4M, B4 Mike, via Titla. I'm going to write that down because he might say it to us and he might say something else. Let's hope not. There we go. Alright, I think that is everything we need to do, and let's make all of these drive away, and then let's close every door. And we were at G142. Scandinavian 725, G142, pushback and engine start. Alright, so I'm just going to make these go away because otherwise we'll probably again go right into them. Alright, we have set everything, I'm pretty sure, so let's all the doors are closed as they should be, so let's start the pushback.
Round to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Let's close, now let's wait until we are finished in here so that you can see what we are going to do. Put this down here.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect. So connected and bypass beginning targets. Release parking
Welcome on board our flight. We'll be departing soon and we're aiming for a smooth flight. Thanks for flying and we'll keep you informed of any changes as they happen.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Starting engine 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the flight attendants for a safety demonstration. When the seatbelt light is fastened, please make sure that your seatbelts are fastened low and tight across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another and tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. We suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the entire flight as we may experience unexpected turbulence. There are several emergency exits on this aircraft. To familiarize yourself with the emergency exits on this aircraft, please refer to the safety card in the seat back pocket in front of you. In some cases, your nearest exit might be behind you. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, there is lighting on the floor to guide you towards the exit. In the event of a loss of cabin pressure, an oxygen mask will drop in front of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you and place it firmly over your nose and mouth. Secure the elastic band behind your head and tighten the straps if necessary. And don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate, oxygen is flowing to the mask and you can breathe normally. If you're traveling with children, now's the time to pick your favorite one, but secure your mask and then assist others. Keep your mask on until a member of the crew advises you it's safe to remove it. In the event that the pilot decides to take us for a swim, a fashionable life vest is located in a pouch under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Flip it over your head. Wrap the straps around your waist and buckle at the front. Pull the strap to tighten. To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord only when exiting the aircraft. If your life vest does not inflate automatically, blow into the mouthpieces for manual inflation. Each vest is equipped with a whistle and light. If necessary, your seat cushion can be used as a secondary flotation device. Please securely stow all personal items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened and seat backs and tray tables are all in their full upright position. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight, and that includes vaping. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located in the lavatories is strictly
Operation complete.
by law. All of
Set
this
parking
information
brake.
can be found in the safety card located in the seat back in front of you. Please read it and let a cabin member know if you have any
Disconnecting
questions.
cow.
Thank you for
Stand
flying
by.
us again. We hope you enjoy your flight. Please note, the cabin lights will be dimmed for departure and landing. If you require additional lighting, there is a reading light on the panel above you.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
There he is. Alright. ENGM 725, taxi to runway 19. ENGM 725, taxi to runway 19er, right. Alright, so we're going to go out here via taxiway X-ray, then Papa Alpha, then Yankee, and then hold at Yankee 10. Let's see if we can figure that out together. Let me get my feet up. Alright, let's see. Strobe is on, should be on auto. Runway turning light, taxi. And let's just set everything while we're here. So we're going to set that for max for rejected takeoff. This is going to get to 2. This is going to be armed. Then the other thing we need to do is ding the cabin and do a takeoff test. Let's see. Flaps 2, yes. Alright, let me get my microphone moved a little bit so I can better see. Turn off the parking brake. 35 FPS, that's pretty decent. If I'm not mistaken, the first part here should... No, it's the second one that takes us to X-ray. Yeah. While we taxi, let's turn on the weather radar. Take a look. Yeah. We need to find the sign that says Papa Alpha. Out of 30 FPS, as long as you don't go down below 20, I think it's reasonable. Because 20 FPS, that's the around the place where X-Pilot or VATSIM begins to complain. So let's see, that should be that part that we're seeing here. That goes to Papa Alpha. Just take a look at a more detailed routing plan. No, it seems reasonable. I really cannot see what that says. I hope it says Papa Alpha. It does. Perfect. Then we just need to follow that all the way up to Yankee. And that must be this one here. And we haven't gotten any reports of anyone landing here, so I think we are set for a rolling takeoff. Let's ding the cabin. Oh, I do know one thing we are missing. Let's do that while we wait here. What was it? Up 0.5, I think. Look at the inits. No, it was performance, I think. Up 0.5, yes. About there. Now we're ready for takeoff. Do the takeoff test. Takeoff config normal. Perfect. Scandinavian 725 entering runway 19 right for takeoff. Is 19 right, right? Yeah, it is. All right. Stick halfway forward. Go to around 50%. Let it stabilize. And then toga. No, flex, not toga. Knots. V1. Rotate. Positive climb, gear up. Get this so I better can see it. Scandinavian 725, runway 19 right, vacated. To climb, track 1 flat. Disarm the spoilers. Back second stage. Oh, wrong button. And we have thrust climb, so at some point I'm just going to enter the autopilot now. Alright, let's see. Landing gear lever up, autopilot engaged, thrust climb, flaps, tracks, speed brakes disarmed, packs one lever off, runway and turn off light off. I forgot to set that to take off. I always forget something. Dang it. Alright, contact ATC. Did I even... I didn't even turn on the landing light. Dang. But they are now. Barometer, let's set it to standard. Alright. Dang. Alright. At some point, these routines must be, be ingrained in me somehow. Alright, let's see where we are with respect to the transition. So when we reach us, I will set it to, our flight level is 3200. There we go. When we reach us. Let me just see something outside. Wow. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. There's still this weird gradient here, but XEnviro really just changed these things. Let's see. Let's just go for flight level 320 now. Scandinavian 725 climbing for flight level 320. Because otherwise we're not even going to make it to flight level 320 before we have to descend again. So yeah. Oh, I forgot to. But that was just to check to see whether we had take a look outside. That. I must say that transition looks a little bit weird, but I think it's okay. Take a look here. Look at the clouds. That's clouds. I mean, that's so nice. And that's XEnviro that makes these clouds. We do have a lot of turbulence now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now passed 10,000 feet. You may now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder to please keep your seatbelt fastened while you're seated and do not congregate in the galleys or near the lavatory. This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. If you wish to connect to the Wi-Fi, you'll be directed to a page to pay a small fee for internet access. We do offer complimentary in-flight TV thanks to our partners. Connect to the Wi-Fi and you'll be able to access our wide range of free live TV and paid movies library.
Let's put constraints over at him.
The flight crew has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You can now get up and move about the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when seated in case of unexpected turbulence.
Copy active. Alright. We are on our way. Let me see, did I get the dome light? Oh, I didn't get that turned off. We can do that now. Let's see if there's anything else we really need. Let's see what the 20 degrees. Let's give him a little bit more heat. Let's just turn this. No, let's keep it there. Alright, we are on our way for Gardemoen. So let's see, now that we are in the air, let's see if we can hear that ATIS once again. Let me go over to my co-pilot seat. It was 127. I called on the wrong frequency. Nice. But we can hear him. That's interesting. 127, 150. Cannot hear the 80s yet. That's interesting. And this program here down to 26 frames. There it goes. But these clouds, they are real volumetric clouds. The ENGM 8 is 127, 150. We go to Count 2 and see what it says. I can only count 2. 127, 150, 127, 150. That's interesting. That's an interesting look.
Gardemoen, Greenstar 108, ready to taxi for departure. Greenstar 108, taxi. Delta, Papa, Wendy, holding runway 19 right. Taxi via Delta, Papa, November to holding point 19 right, Greenstar 108.
Now we're approaching top of descent, top of climb, sorry. Alright, let's just enjoy ourselves. We have released our passengers from their binds. Let's see if I can make a nicer landing this time. Beacon is on, strobe on auto, all of that is on. Nav is well, it still looks a bit weird, but definitely better in my opinion. Let's take a look at our approach. We came in via easy before Mike. See where our top of descent is. We're almost getting there. Like I said, alright, let's see, Gardemoen, let's see what is our 3,500. So we were going for approach, no, not approach, arrival, and that was easy buff for Mike. We can make a hold at Tekva if we want to, but we can also make a hold at Sitva. Take a look at this. Titla, here we come in from Titla, and then we're straight on. That looks much better than it seems that we are going for mandatory 5,000
Clear for takeoff, runway 19 right, green star 108.
So now that we are up here, let's begin our descent. That was a very, very short flight. But just like I said, it would be. But I will try that approach to Atlanta once again. I want to have it correct. Let's see how the passengers are doing. 95% satisfied. It's pretty neat. Let's try to get the 80s in here. Let's see, 127, 127, 150. Alright, we're also still a couple of hundred nautical miles out.
Our northbound goal, Lieutenant Blom, because our partner is Chevy.
Gardemoen tower cleared to Chevy via BM1 Delta departure, default position, runway 19 right, initial climb 4000.
Your microphone is quite low, so if you can turn that up, and we'll take it all over again. I'd highly appreciate that, northbound goal.
Horizontal, Roger. Cleared to Chevy via BM1 Delta departure, default transition, runway 19 right, initial climb 4000 feet, squawk 3670.
Sure, Chevy, QVM1 Delta departure, default transition, climb 4000, squawk 3670, northbound goal.
Feedback break.
Well, let's try to ask him if there's a problem with the 80s.
Air 108, monitoring aircraft 1 to display. Nice left. Going 112 display. Thank you and goodbye.
Let's see what he,
Go, start with H1010 reported.
see what he has.
Suburban Condition 1010, reporter detected, northbound goal.
Good straight over here. 250 knots. Let's help it a little bit. by extending. Speed brakes. Just on again. Go for no bit descent. Let's try that, triple tap it. Ah yeah. Information Papa. Oh. One niner. Set it at 50%. Let's just say set all of the stuff. I think we can get away with the... Let's see how long this runway is. Oh, 3600, it's very long. I'm quite confident that we can get away with setting it at... If I go for an manage speed. Oh yeah, yeah, it says 250. Perfect. All right, let's ask the passengers to get in their seats. Let's get this away.
Please return to your seat as the seatbelt sign is now on.
25 frames. But it's definitely also holding some frames on my... So our top of descent is there. That's where we're going to be at 5,000 feet. That's fine. But let's see if we set it to lower, then it should complain. Water brakes, we already did that. Engine out X, let's do that on the missed approach.
We have begun our final descent into Oslo. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you. Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger electronics.
Missed approach. Climb to 5,000, alright. Get the 80s once again. So we have 1010, 15 degrees, 187 knots. Climb enough. Arrival. Yeah.
North 1 Golf, request taxi.
North 1 Golf, taxi holding point Charlie 3, runway 1 on right.
So now we're going to see when we fly through the
Direction North 1 Golf, port ready.
already did all of this. We are here. That might push the frames down quite a bit when we go through these clouds.
North 1 Golf, we're gonna hold Charlie T for den.
Roger.
So when we are at alt, I'm going to set it for 3,500. There we go. 3. Oh, let me just change this. Gardemoen Tower, good evening. Scandinavian 725 at flight level 050, inbound for ILS runway 19 right.
Canadian 725, for now stay with you and contact me once established on the ILS.
Wilco, Scandinavian 725. Let's go down to 3,500. I think we can, I'm pretty sure we can extend one set of flaps right now, so let's do that. Yeah.
Roger. That's notice. Go.
Roger, bad charge 3, runway 1 and right, clear for takeoff.
To take off 1 on the right, north on golf.
That gave a little bit more. No need to extend flaps at this moment. We're still on the
We go mot det som light north on golf. Okay.
Okay.
just to be sure, let's go down to 3,200. That's the thing that
2,500.
I think is a little bit weird. Let's get the terrain radar on. This says 5,000 plus 5,000, meaning that we have to be above 5,000.
2,000.
But this hasn't reacted to it.
Terrain, terrain. 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 Terrain, terrain.
That's why it wants me to be above 5,000. But I think it's weird that it doesn't react on it. Because there is a plus inside, but maybe it's because I'm below that. That may be the thing. Let's set it to, we're at 5,000, let's set it to 3,500. And then when we are past Titler, let's extend the flaps now. Let's get our speed down so we have something to work with. Let's just get it down to 150. It didn't take. There we go. That was what I wanted. Let's go for 4,000. And we are past Titler. Ground spoilers are now armed. Let's ding the cabin just to be sure. Go for open descent. No, let's just go to managed. Let's see, where are we with flaps? With flaps, I think we can extend them one step further. Then lower landing gear. Then go into managed. Then we have that in. Let's extend flaps all the way. We have arm spoilers, we set it for low speed. Now we're going to go down for 4,000 feet. Go for an open. Get the landing system on. Let's start the approach. Make that managed as well. And let's set this to when we are
2,500.
Scandinavian Gardemoen Tower, Scandinavian 725, ILS captured.
Scandinavian 75, Gardemoen Tower, runway 1 right, clear to land. Wind is 180 degrees 7 knots.
Clear to land, Scandinavian 725. And we have all of it on, yes. Let me see. Yes. Gears are down. All is locked.
$2,500.
And we are below the 3,000. I'm going to set it for 5. Hello Dan, HDL. Thank you. Let's see if I do just as terrible as I did with the previous landing. If you noticed, if you haven't watched that stream yet, oh, you can just find the clip. I think I mowed the grass a little bit. But I mean, what can be better for mowing grass than turbine engine? Huh? No, it was a terrible landing because I think I made a mistake. I'm pretty sure I forgot to change my speed to managed and probably also my altitude to managed. So it did appear it captured the localizer, but it didn't capture the glide slope. At least that's what I think. I'm not sure. But this time I have glide slope captured and all that, so I should be pretty nicely set for a reasonable landing. Yeah, that's my idea, right? I mean, I learned something. I mean, I learn something every time I set myself in the simulator and do these kind of things. So let me see. No, I don't have my autopilot disengaged yet. That's a little bit annoying. Yeah, I know, wrong button. Sorry, plane. Yeah, we all make these crazy faults for some reason.
500. 400. 300.
Yeah, X-Enviro, but I had to change the settings a little bit because I lost a lot of
200.
frames.
100 above. 100. Minimum. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Do some fatal. How much did I land with? Pretty rough landing, probably about 500, 600. How much we...
Scandinavian 725, taxi Mike, hotel to stand 68.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Oslo. The local time is 6:08 a.m. and it's currently about 15 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to
Scandinavian
a complete
75,
stop and the
taxi
seatbelt
Mike,
sign is turned
hotel,
off.
stand
Remember to use
68.
caution when opening the overhead bins, as
Taxi
items
via
may have
Mike
shifted
to
during the
stand
flight.
68.
If this is your final destination, we thank you for
Mike and
flying with
hotel.
us. If you're making a connection, we encourage you to check your itinerary to ensure a smooth continuation of your journey.
Let me see, yeah. So is it Mike? Turn these off, get to taxi. That's it. Let's get the APU running. There we go. Alright, let's get a shot. See what we have here that we can land on. Sorry, not land on, where we can park. Let's see. Parking stands. Gardemoen Tower, Scandinavian 725. Verify it was via Mike 265.
Mike, hotel, stand 65.
Mike Hotel stand 65.
Scandinavian 725, Mike, hotel, stand 68.
Ah. Mike Hotel stand 68. Scandinavian 725.
Right.
Now I got it. Alright, fair enough. So let me see. About somewhere here. And then 68 was almost straight out. Alright, fair enough. I think we can do that. That must be Mike, this one then. Yeah, definitely is. Let me just be sure and get my AV tab up and running. But this must be Mike, this one here. You mean in real life then? I'm from Denmark. So as you can see, I'm flying around in the neighborhood. Yeah, it is. I also do long hauls, but
Stations, Gardemoen Tower is now looking 30 to see.
Prague. Oh.
This way.
What is your time zone now? You are, what is it, 23 something? Yeah, in Czech Republic. I know I had a vacation in Austria. I believe it was when we drove to Austria, and we drove through, we actually drove through Prague. My wife didn't like the highways in Prague. I mean, we got to see the some of the trucks pretty closely. But this has to be hotel here. Do we have a sign? No. No sign. I know. One of the things I wondered about when I actually visited, that was not Prague, but it was in Czechia, was why do you, at least the place we visited, why do you always make the coffee in sort of two categories? Either it is so why is it either almost completely white so you can look through it, or otherwise the coffee is so black that you couldn't shine a laser through it? I mean, I like black coffee. I just wondered why it was either one. Or both, actually. Alright, let's see. It must be the final one here. Yeah, because the stands are there. If I can find the right number. Is it? That is 72. Yeah, I don't know either. 68, yeah, there. But on our trip, we visited the almost mandatory and also quite disturbing Theresienstadt. That was really an eye-opener. I mean, everybody in, I would say in Denmark, everybody in Europe knows how terrible the Jews were treated during Second World War, but to actually see exactly how horrible they were treated, and Theresienstadt was even just a quote a nice place compared to others. I mean, it's wild. It's horrible. Gardemoen Tower, thank you for your service and good night. Any name in 725. Alright, let's turn on APU bleed. If he's still here, is he? No, he's not. Alright, fair enough. I didn't hear him sign off. Alright, anything else? Let's retract all the flaps and disarm. Let me want to turn on the internal lights here because let's see, 4 there, so we actually see what the heck we're doing inside the, well, that didn't seem to help. There we go. Let's turn this one off. Yeah, I know, but I'm not going to take off, please. All right, let's see. Nothing more else to do. Let's turn on the brake heat now that we're standing here. Yeah. Engine 1 off. And engine 2 off. Turn this off. Whoop. Turn all of this off. We can turn nav off. Didn't turn wing off. Robe off. Beacon stays. No, we did. Let's just release them. Take a look at this. This is nice. Even though I'm not exactly sure how that works. I mean, it's completely inside the building. But let's call some other ground services. Let's call the GPU. I could have parked much better than that, but drive these up. Yeah, let's just get the power unit. There we go. Let's open the cargo doors. We don't need a fuel truck at the moment. Yeah, no, I think most people actually are just more, I would say, that being on the USA side, just probably just not on the German side. Let's see, 5. We've turned all of that on. We have ground power unit. Well, we did order it, so let's put it in on the ToLiss as well. There we go. Let that turn on and then turn off the APU. To save fuel, you know? We need to save fuel. Alright, so let's get a... I don't think there's anything else we need to do inside here. We have turned on the brake. We can see we have the cargo doors open and the cabin doors. Let's see, how's the condition? 22 degrees. Interesting enough, the valve is still open. So let's see the doors. Wheel. Yeah, they're pretty hot, actually. Very hot. Yeah, I know. No, oh yeah, on that Alright, yeah, sure. Yeah, that's true. That's really true. Damn, that is really some some loud birds. Alright, so here we have the little nice ToLiss A320. I'm getting 50 frames now, even though we have all of these clouds here. Let me see, let's get an estimate on the deboarding status.
Are we almost done deboarding our passengers?
10 minutes.
We're still deplaning.
Let's see if we can expedite it a little bit.
Are we able to speed up getting our passengers out of the cabin?
We'll see what we can do. No
7
promises.
minutes. So no smoking, parking brake, ticket standby, brake fan. Yeah, I know I said it to turn it to auto. Or to turn off the radar. Alright, so let me show you what all of this, if you haven't seen it before, rockets is about that you can hear. Alright, so here we have PAX, passenger and crew experience. That was the... Well, I cannot see if you write anything at the moment. I can get that up like that. So now you can see that lovely screen in I don't know how many examples, but then I'll do something like this, then you can only see a little bit of it. I can see that. So if you do like this, so one of the nice things, I think I've said that not this now in every stream pretty much, but I do really mean it. What I love about this is that for the most cases, PAX will register where you're taking off from and where you are landing, and then they would mix that together. It makes perfect sense. So for example, here we took off in Sweden, in Arlanda-Stockholm, and we landed here in Norway, Gardemoen in Oslo. So you can see most of the names actually sort of rhyme on Scandinavian names, sort of minus a couple of them, obviously, because there's probably also tourist and that kind of thing in between. So what should happen is that if you, for example, took one of the airports in Prague, and then flew to, I don't know, Kastrup in Denmark, then we should see some of the names being Czechs and some of the names being Danish, and then some sprinkle in between. It's called PAX, P-A-C-S. It stands for Passenger and Crew Experience. That's it. I think they're called TFDI design, the people that makes it. And it's I mean, it doesn't really mean anything because, I mean, it doesn't change much for the flight itself. You can... I cannot remember. I think it's sort of the usual, around the usual 40 euros, something like that. 30, 40, 50 euros, thereabout, I think it is. Not cheap, I would say that. But if you really want that... I mean, there are other solutions out there, obviously, but I like this one. It's, as far as I know, relatively lightweight for the computer. And it gives you that... gives that immersion. That's why it's called what it's called, why it's called experience. So you can, for example, I'm not going to do it right now, but this was a short flight. If we had had a longer flight, I could, for example, have asked the flight attendant to give me, let me just show you, I could have asked him to give me something to drink, give a generic, just random. Ask one of the attendants to give me a meal, to go to the restroom, and a snack. We could give a public address. So, for example, if you flew in a special place, I could say that there's a point of interest, or just give a general announcement. We could do it right now, for
Ladies and
example.
gentlemen, from the cockpit, this is your captain speaking. We'll be arriving shortly. Thank you again for flying with us, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your morning.
I think that was probably a little bit out of order, because he actually said that we'll be landing shortly. I think arriving shortly. We have arrived, but in case you get the picture. And if you want to, it is actually SimBrief compatible. I've turned SimBrief off. I'm not sure I understand that part. Ah, you mean see them move out of the plane. Is that what you mean? I mean, if you go for an outside view. I don't know if that's what you're thinking about. Is this what you mean? See it like this? And the thing is that this program here is decoupled from X-Plane. So there's no real connection between the passengers that you see here and what you see inside. Let me just show you. As you can see, we have a couple of passengers left. So if I go inside the plane and take a look around, see nothing but empty seats. No one here. No, you'll not see how they're getting out inside the simulator itself, because this program here is decoupled from the game. It is connected via another program called XP UI PC. So it's basically sort of a program that is connected to X-Plane that gives information out. So for example, if we go to... What did I not even start that up? Let me see. My Live Studio. Maybe I closed it down or something like that. It never got started. I don't think it ever got started. But something like a Fly Live Studio. If you come in at another stream where I fly a little longer, I'll make sure that I sorry. Make sure you don't see that annoying double screen all the time. If you come in another screen, another stream, I can show you. Thank you for following. Yeah, I can show you how it connects to for example, Fly Live Studio. So it gives some information that can tell PAX where the plane is, basically. So whether we are taxiing, whether we are taking off, whether we are climbing in the cruise, descending, all of these things PAX can sort of figure out. So it's going to say the right thing at the right moment. When you're getting a pushback, the flight attendant will begin to give the security announcement, you know, with the security vest and all that, the life vest, and you know, and when we push the button to set the what's it called, the seat belts, it's going to say the seat belts are on, you have to sit down and that sort of thing. So that's what PAX can get from X-Plane, but other than that, it's not connected. So even though I put 200 passengers inside PAX, I'll still have rows of empty seats in the simulator itself. So I would agree, it would be extremely cool to see passengers actually sitting inside and going out with the same number, but that would not only require the people making packs to sort of try to get that animation inside X-Plane, but it would also mean that they actually had to animate these persons. So if you take, for instance, the A350 from Flight Factor, they have passengers inside the airplane depending on how many passengers you put inside. I think at least. But they are static. They're just sitting there. Or they are not sitting there. They're not going in and out or going around or anything like that. I guess it's just to keep the strain on the system as low as possible, because you're already using a lot of computer power for all the physics inside the simulator and all that. So yeah. But before you go, let's just get one of the most important things. It'll take a couple of seconds. I'm going to end it. So this is the flight report. So the only notable event was that we had a passenger reseating. I landed with minus 433 feet per minute. That was sort of rough, but apparently not rough enough to them call it a hard landing. So one of the things, you can see what they're telling us. So I wish they would have given us a drink. Well, when should we do that? It was so short. I'm totally telling my friends about this airline. And that's it. That's the only thing we got. And here's the passengers that we have. You can get other, if you go and watch some of the other streams that I have made, you can see that they are making other notifications. One of the streams I had, I landed the wrong place. Actually, I landed the right place, but I've put the old airport I used into pack. So they were meant to be put off as flown to the Faroe Islands, and I landed at Gatwick in England. So obviously they were a little annoyed. They call it I think it was a redirection or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically what you get, and you can. It doesn't mean anything at all, but you can when you're going in what they call a career mode. As you can see right now, I'm a second officer. The more good flights you have, the higher in degrees you'll get. So that's basically what PAX is. So it's a relatively small program that does that. So yeah. Yeah, I have to go to bed as well. I have to get up early and get my kids to school and all that. So I hope to see you in another stream. Well, you followed me, so at least you must be interested in some way. Yeah. Just one final question. Do you also do flight sims, or are you just interested in them to see what it is, or follow it, whatever you want to do? I mean, I follow games on YouTube, for example, that I wouldn't play myself, just to see how other people do them. But yeah. Let's just disconnect. That's
Oslo Gardemoen information Delta.
Oh.
400 Zulu weather. Wind 190
nice.
at 5. Visibility more than
Let
10.
me just turn him off.
Sky clear.
Oh well.
Temperature 14. Dew
I
point
will
-24. Area QNH 1010. Arriving runway 19 right.
There we go. I will I'll say good night now and get some sleep. Turn this airplane off, and then I will see you in another stream. Bye bye.